23-year-old girl from Trumbull, Connecticut has had a love for music since a very young age, and this love only grew stronger. Throughout the years, music was one of her biggest joys and her biggest dreams. No matter what she is doing, she can always be found singing any song of any genre, and it is evident that music has always been one of the biggest parts of her life.
I got into music the first time I heard music, honestly. I got into singing when I could talk, honestly. I remember when I was young having so many favorite songs and so many favorite singers, and I spent so many years trying to just emulate and replicate their voice. For example, JoJo was one of my favorite singers when I was young. She has a song that goes, "It's just too little too late," and I loved that song. I used to camp outside on my patio and perform to no one with my 3-year-old singing voice, and I would sing it. And that just kind of continued on to just loving gospel music, loving pop music, loving Aretha Franklin and really soulful, powerful female vocalists. And I've loved that for a very long time. So I just grew in that love.
Her dreams came to life when choosing to go to college in Nashville, one of the most influential places for music.
I went to Belmont University, which is in Nashville, Tennessee, which is like the music capital of America. A lot of big names, Taylor Swift, have recorded and produced music in Nashville, and I knew that's where I wanted to go. But before college, I had genuinely no clue how to make music. I genuinely had no clue. I thought you just, you write a song on your guitar and it magically transforms to a song on the radio. I had no clue about how to do it, about the songwriting process, about the audio engineering process, which is so important because that's the music behind the lyrics. So I had a couple of classes in songwriting, in audio engineering, audio listening, just different classes learning about all things music and the musical process. I booked a couple of studio sessions in Nashville with really good producers that I've heard a lot of good things about. I really loved a lot of the producers that I worked with, their previous music. So I just messaged them and I was like, hey, I would love to just have a session with you. I have a lot of ideas. So I ended up recording and writing my first song, Buzzkill, and I had so much help with that song, not in regards to lyrics, but just in regard to how to do it. It was so much fun. I had never done anything like that before, and after writing the song, recording it into a mic at a real studio, I felt super professional, and it was super fun, and it's just a feeling in your heart and your soul that you can only really experience when you're doing something that you're truly passionate about.
Music was not only something she enjoyed, but it was a shared love with her late brother John. Similar to Nicole, John's love for music was larger than life and started at a very young age. He would not only sing covers of songs, but also write his own music, and Nicole followed in his footsteps. The piano was where he loved to spend his time and was something that him and Nicole could really bond over.
My biggest inspiration definitely is my brother John. He was my eldest brother. He passed away a few years ago from drug addiction, but he was the best songwriter, singer, musician I have ever met or heard in real life. So from a very young age, I heard him, vocalizing, making music. He could just pick up a guitar with no prior musical knowledge and just start playing a song. And he just had this amazing, just kind of powers in that sense. He was just so talented. So that was a big inspiration for me as a little sister to be just like my big brother. And as we got older and older, I really just got to learn how actually talented this person is that's in my family that I'm so close with. And we kind of shared that bond and love of music together, this bond of music and songwriting, which was so important to the both of us. So present day, as he's passed away a few years ago, he is my biggest inspiration. And I hope that when I make music, when I'm writing music, or even if I'm just alone in my bedroom, just doing my thing, making music, that he's right there with me alongside. And that definitely inspires me, just knowing that he can hear me and that he's proud of me and that he still is making music in the sky, so it's fun.
John not only shared the love of music with his family, but also shared it with the world by posting singing videos on YouTube. Even from a young age, their house was always filled with music. After the passing of her brother, she has been inspired by him and all of his talent and accomplishments. He was someone she looked up to, and he always filled the room not only with music, but with joy.
I think because he was so passionate and it was from such a real place, that, and a twist of fate, that now it's Nicole, with the same family given talent, now also writing and singing, coming from a place of pain. John would walk into the room, he'd go to the gym, so I'd walk in and it was larger than life, uh, a burst of energy, positive, a smile from ear to ear, coming in, a force, and he greeted you like you were the only person in the room, and with so excited. He made you feel so special that you were there, and that he got to see you today. And it's how he was. He would fill a room. He filled a room. He didn't even know it, and he didn't realize it. He didn't realize that he was so charismatic.
A future project for Nicole will be taking John's work and releasing it in order to continue to share his talent with the world to honor him.
One of my goals one day is to take a bunch of these songs, re-record them, reproduce them, and release them to the public, and all proceeds go to drug rehabilitation centers, and just all things drug abuse would be the proceeds from his music.
Nicole's career only continues to grow each year, and she has new music in the works, not only for herself, but to celebrate the shared love of music between her and her brother John, which continues to inspire her. Theresa Tartamella, reporting from Trumbull.